In this video, we are going to work through the following problem. It says if the sine of theta is 5/13 and theta is in quadrant 1, then what is the tangent of theta over 2? Okay, so they want us to calculate tan of theta over 2. So we can see that inside the tangent we have theta divided by 2. That's a half angle. So this problem is going to involve the half angle identities. You can see here I have tan theta over 2, and there's 3 possibilities, either plus or minus square root 1 minus cosine x, 1 plus cosine x, sine x over 1 plus cosine x, or 1 minus cosine x over sine x. All right, so on this one, I am going, if I look at what I'm given in the problem, I'm given the sine. If I look at the identities, all of them involve the cosine. So I am going to go ahead and calculate the cosine. And once I find it, then I am going to pick one of these two because they don't involve the plus minus, and there's no, I don't have to make a choice here as to what it is based on theta over 2. So calculate the cosine, and then I'm going to use one of these formulas. 5/13. Then I'm probably going to pick this one. I know that at least the sine doesn't involve a radical, so there would be no rationalization that I would have to do. So I think I'm going to go with this one, 1 minus cosine x over sine x. So that would be 1 minus cosine theta over sine theta. And I know that the sine is 5/13. All I need to do is find the cosine and then simplify this out, and I will be okay. All right, so to find the cosine, I'm going to have to go back and use the fundamental identity. Cosine squared theta plus sine squared theta equals 1. All right, I know that sine theta is 5/13. And so working through that, 5/13 squared is 25 over 169. And then I'm going to subtract 25 1/69 on both sides. On the left side, I get cosine squared theta. All right, so that would be 169 1/69, converting 1 to 1/69 so that I can subtract these. And then I get 144 over 169. Okay. And then take the square root of that. So I get cosine theta equals plus or minus square root of 144 is 12. Square root of 169 is 13. So I get plus or minus 12/13. Okay. And they tell us that theta is a quadrant 1 angle, right? So in the quadrant 1 angle, both the sine and cosine are positive, right? So we know that the answer is 12/13 for cosine theta. All right, so now going back up here, we now have cosine theta. So all we've got to do is put that back into the half angle formula for tan, and then simplify that out as much as possible. So in the top part of the fraction, I have 1 minus 12/13, so getting a common denominator, which would be 13ths. I can write 1 as 13/13. All right, so I get 1/13 on top and divided by 5/13, right? When I divide by a fraction, that is the same as multiplying by its reciprocal. So the reciprocal of 5/13 is 13/5. And I have a common factor of 13, so the answer is 1/5 on this one.